Hi boys, and hopefully some girls in the YouTube community. Today we're going to get a screw or a nail, anything out of a tire, and we're going to patch it. It's going to be a quick video. The last video I made on this, and I will link to it, hopefully in a little annotation right here. I was using a lot of salty language and stuff. So this one we're cleaning it up. No cussing, but we're going to get that darn screw out of the tire and patch it without taking it to the gas station and without taking it off the car or truck. So let's get going. First, I'm going to show you what tools you're going to need. This is a sponge with a little soapy water, just some dish soap. This is a tire patch kit that I got at an auto parts store, probably about 15-20 years ago. One of the best investments I ever made. Came with this reamer and the thing to put the plug in. It came with a whole bunch of plugs, and these are like 15-20 years old. They're still great. And it came with this like lubricant stuff. This is a tire crayon, but you could use a piece of chalk or something. This is the cap for that. I'm using a screwdriver to get the old screw out, but you could use a pair of pliers or something. You may need a rag. See my video on making rags. I'll link to it with an annotation, and you'll learn how to make the best rags possible. We got a tire pressure gauge, and we got an air chuck for the compressor that we had running, and it's full of air, but you could also use like a portable little tire pump like this. This is the tire where the screw is. It was low in pressure. We have filled it up to the recommended level and maybe even a little bit more because you want air in this. You don't want to do the patching when the tire's low. So you got to top it off. You'll lose some as you're doing the repair, and then you'll fill it back up again to the recommended level when you're done. There is the screw right there that is causing a leak, and the way we can tell that is we take our soapy water that I showed you on the sponge, and you see those bubbles there? See the bubbles? That's the leak. So a little soapy water on the sponge, you can even spit on it if you want, and that confirms that that screw is indeed leaking. I'm going to get ready before I start. I'm going to take my plug, and that goes in this tool here. Try to keep everything on camera. It slips in here. It's like string coated with glue. And while I'm doing this, I'll tell you, a bunch of years ago I actually saw a bunch of Spanish guys patching a tire with a piece of like clothesline and instead of this, a screwdriver. They put the string over the screwdriver and they jammed it in the hole, and it made a pretty good patch. Those were like Central American guys. All right, so anyway, that's mounted on there. We're just gonna sit that over here. This is our reamer, the reamer. We're going to put a little lube on it because that'll help it get in and out and ream us a nice hole. Okay, so those are ready, and we're just going to set them aside over here. The next step is to get that. Now I have marked the location with a tire crayon. You could use a piece of chalk or something, because once that screws out, you could in fact lose the spot and have to spend a couple of minutes trying to find it again. While the air is leaking out, and it could lead to trouble. So you're best off to mark the spot. I'm putting my tire patch kit within reach because we're going to try to do this without taking it off the truck. Usually, car or truck, usually you would take this off and do it, you know, just with the tire. But I've parked the truck, and I made a couple of moves to get that screw, like the hole, in a position where I know I could push straight in on it. If I lay down on my side, I'll be able to push straight in on it, and that way I don't have to like jack the truck up and take the tire off and stuff like that. I'm just saying, you know. Using the screwdriver, we're just gonna unscrew this screw. And now, of course, you hear the air coming out. We're gonna ream the hole. Take off patch. You want to push this sucker in. Okay? Now that I know it's in and through, and the way this is designed is you just pull it out. That's patched. What we're going to do now is we just have to trim it with a razor blade or a sharp knife. Just trim the excess off. There we go. Now, if you want to test it, you can use that sponge and the soap again and check for bubbles. And of course there are no bubbles, because I do everything perfect. Now, my YouTube subscribers, my YouTube friends, don't forget to sub. As long as you're here, hit the subscribe button. It's all handyman stuff. And comment, because other users will read your comments and you may indeed help someone out in the future just because they read your comment. How nice would that be? Thanks for watching, guys. You can see that took all of about 2 minutes. We didn't even have to take it off the car. We didn't have to leave it at the gas station, go pick it up later, put the spare on, empty the trunk, all of that stuff, all right? So this is the channel where you get all of these kind of tips that help you get through life with the least stress possible. What we're going to do now is check the tire pressure compared to the recommended pressure in the tire, which you will find in a sticker inside the door jamb, usually the driver's door jamb. There'll be a sticker on the door tell you the tire pressure. We're going to top it up. We're going to check the rest of the tires while we're doing it. That's it. Thanks for watching. Hit that sub button.